Do you guys want more than just the Snyder Cut? Do you want Zack to come back and finish his vision? What's going on, my DC fans, and welcome back to another episode. I am very excited to announce that I'm going to do a 6-video episode series called Finish the Snyderverse. This is episode 1. I'll break it down at the end of this episode to show you my dates coming up and what each episode is going to be about. Right off the bat, to get right into it, this whole series is focusing on finishing the Snyderverse, finishing Zack's arc, and obviously bringing him back to the DCEU. And the cons, the pros, the whys, the whens, all that good stuff is coming up, and right now I'm going to explain the whole gist of this series. First off, it starts off with artistic integrity. Why do we want to get Zack back? Why is it important to have Zack back? Artistic integrity. Not just for Zack, for every single director out there that makes movies. Why are you put in that position? You're put in that position to direct, to make your movie. That's why you were hired. For your vision. It cannot be tampered with. It should not be tampered with. It's not fair to have someone hired for a job and then for the executives or people above them to come in and ruin it, or producers to come in and ruin it. That is not fair. You were hired for the job. That's not how this should work. Like I said before, I'm going to get into it in this series. Not right now, but again, the Snyder Cut is not good enough. Getting the Snyder Cut is just not good enough. When we get the Zack Snyder's Justice League movie, everyone's going to be so happy, so relieved. But then what? We need to reach for more. We need to start screaming now to get Zack back. It's important. While the iron is hot, we need to push and push and push right now. This is when. Studio butchering has led to poor reviews and bad box office results. And an example of this is BVS. BVS, you tell everyone that, oh, there's going to be another version that's coming out later on. So why am I going to go to the movie theaters if I'm a true fan? Why am I going to go to the movie theaters? Okay, so then you take a movie, you butcher it down to 2.5 hours when it should be 3 hours. You add all these plot holes now, so then it leaves with people with a sour taste in their mouth, and the general audience, they're not going to go watch the Ultimate Edition. So in their eyes, BVS, the theatrical version, is the version that they're going to settle with, and the version that they're going to like, that they're not going to like. But yet so many people that did reviews on the theatrical cut would come back and watch the Ultimate Edition and say how much better it was. That was not good for the studio. They ruined, that's the reason they had poor reviews, and the box office results were not $1 billion, because they butchered it, they cut it down, and you see what happens. Zack's movies, they age like fine wine, and I am not the only one that says this. Many people say this, and for my example for this, I'll say that when I first saw Watchmen, I thought it was okay. It didn't like blow me away. It was like, yeah, whatever. I watched it again years later, and now it's one of the best comic book movies of all time, and definitely with BVS. When I got out of BVS, I didn't know what to say about it. I didn't know what to think about it, and now years later, I'm like, again, it's one of the best comic book movies of all time. Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman. First time on screen together. It's such a great, magnificent film from start to finish. This is what Zack does. So many people that weren't fans of his before are fans now. Because again, his movies age like fine wine. People that before didn't care about Zack now are obsessed with him. Because you see those movies again, you're like, damn, and then you're constantly finding new things in his movies. You're constantly finding Easter eggs or different things that he added in there that you never even thought about. For a prime example is, now we know that Martian Manhunter is General Swanwick. Now when we go back to watch Man of Steel, we're thinking, that's Martian Manhunter. This whole time we didn't know. So that is going to change how we watch that movie now. Again, ages like fine wine. I believe that is a great quality in a director, because you know, you're going to have the fans that from the get-go of the movie, they're going to be like, this is great, it was a great movie, I love Zack's work. But then you're going to have the fans that, okay, this was okay, but then later on, it's really going to hit him. And it's happened to me multiple times with Zack's movies. That's the power that he has as a director, and it's a very special talent. Getting new directors for a movie, example Justice League, putting Joss Whedon to finish the Justice League or reshoot the whole damn movie, that's not going to solve anything. It didn't matter who the director was of that movie. It was studio meddling. It did not matter. They're going to butcher any director's vision. So it's not like, oh, well, we got Joss Whedon to save the day. It didn't matter. Joss Whedon was going to do whatever they wanted him to do. It doesn't matter if you have Steven Spielberg. They were going to tell Steven what to do. And if he wasn't going to do it, then they'd find someone else to do it. So getting a new director does not solve anything. Getting J.J. Abrams in now, or James Gunn, that doesn't solve anything. Because the overall goal is for them to stop touching these films, to leave the directors alone. That is why the Snyder Cut is so important. And Zack finishing his vision is so important. Another thing we have to focus on is educating people about Zack Snyder's films. A lot of my friends, they're not the biggest Zack Snyder fans. And if we explain to these people, and this is why I do these YouTube videos, and this is why other people do YouTube videos as well, and we tweet and everything, I think we need to let these people know that, okay, you're not the biggest Zack Snyder fan. Well, did you realize that BVS was tampered with? Did you obviously realize that Justice League was not his movie at all? Then they can be like, oh, wow, you know what? If that's true, then I might give this guy a second chance. Educate people on Zack's work and how it's been messed with. Tell them, oh, no, that movie, that was messed with. Have you seen BVS? Oh, yeah, I've seen it. Well, did you see the Ultimate Edition? No, I didn't see it. You should watch the Ultimate Edition. Oh, man, that movie was so great. Yes, that was Zack's true movie. There you go. We need to educate people. And again, with a movement like this, we can and we will. A good reason to get Zack back in the saddle is we are already at the halfway point. If Zack envisioned a 5-movie arc, he's already done 3 movies. So there's 2 movies left. He did Man of Steel, he did BVS, now Justice League, we're trying to get the Snyder Cut released. Then you have 4 and 5. So we're already at the halfway point. So to bring Zack back is not that big of a deal. He has to finish 2 movies. And if you want, just make it 1 movie. Make it 4 hours if you will. Whatever. Just do 1 movie. Or when he's directing the 4th movie, he can be directing the 5th one as well. They did the same thing with Infinity War and Endgame. You have all the actors there. It's just going to be a crazy schedule, but you're going to get it done. You're going to get all the filming done in like 8 months for both movies, and that's it. And you can be done with Zack. And you can move on. And you can give everyone what they want. Everyone can be happy. So guys, this is what we are going to be talking about in the next 5 episodes. And I'm going to put up this right now on my screen. You can see I've got my next 5 episodes, and you can see the titles. WB Interference Has Never Stopped and Continues to Be Its Own Worst Enemy. Episode 2, What Happens If We Only Get Zack's Justice League movie and that's it. Episode 3, What Happens If Zack Can Finish His Arc. 4, The Original Plan Can Still Work and Here's How. And then 5 is The Facts. Again, I'm very excited to do this series, to give you guys the information, and to show everyone why bringing back Zack is really important, and it's more important than just releasing the Snyder Cut. If all we get is the Snyder Cut, then we ultimately fail. And again, I will explain this in the video. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. Also, before I go, I'm doing a live stream tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Please come by, check it out. I'll answer any of your questions. That's why I'm there. It's just a video of me. So yeah, if you got questions, go on the live stream and shoot them my way, and I'll answer them all. I look forward to it. So that's the video. Thanks for watching. I look forward to seeing you guys Monday. And please subscribe because it helps me in return. I can help you. And as always, every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, new content's coming to you from Subjective Reviews. And thank you for watching.